The original order was secretive in their practices and left no written documents, and it's still secretive today. So secretive that people think it's an ancient religion that's no longer relevant or practiced, but it is still practiced, and the most relevant, at least in the West. Druids were a priest class of sorcerers, mystics who practiced astrology, worshipped the sun, moon, and stars, practiced divination and prophecy, or false prophecy, advised kings, prescribed drugs like a shaman, and practiced ritual sacrifice. It is witchcraft, and it is noted as the Elven Path, connected to the Tuatha De Danann and many modern organizations. One example is the Bohemian Grove rituals. So let's look at history first. Originating Celts were Indo-Europeans, and the same race as Hittites, Hurrians, and Aryans, all giants with Sumerian origins. Some of those are pre-flood. For more information on that, I want you to see my video, Avebury. It goes over the stone circles. And as a side note, the MacLeod clan, which is Trump's maternal side, once owned the entire Isle of Lewis in Scotland, which is home to the Druidic Callanish stone circle, and this is it. So they were priest kings of the dragon, connected with the Tree of Life and Knowledge. They are identified with magicians and scholars whose Transylvanian descendants were the Scythian Aryans or Sumerian Anunnaki dragon god kings, instrumental in establishing many other pagan religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Kabbalah, which would explain the giant stones and their structures such as Stonehenge and Avebury, Dolmen's Burial Passage, many of which are pre-flood. But during the Iron Age, beginning around 1200 BC, they were Celtic pagans, present in Ireland, Scotland, and Britain, mostly Wales, with roots dating back to Atlantis. Merlin is usually listed as the most prominent example of a druid, with roots dating back to Atlantis. All Grail and Arthurian literature is encoded with the Atlantean epoch and the Deluge, including Merlin's roots dating back to the Druids to mysticism of Atlantis. In Grail literature, the Lady of the Lake is a direct descendant of Mary Magdalene, who they say Merlin fell in love with. Merlin fell in love with the Lady of the Lake. Merlin was born from a spirit, demon, or fairy. Merlins were the great seers of Gaelic realms for the royal courts and high kings. They were a class of druid priests akin to classical Greek philosophers and Chaldean magi who were derived from an ancient priestly tribe remembered as wise ones. In Latin, Merlin and wise ones were identified as nobilis, from the Greek noble, G-N-O-B-L-E, meaning to know, as in gnosis. Merlin was affirmed to have been born from a spirit or demon, otherwise known as one of the classes of fairies. Druids, Egyptian priests, magi, and Greek oracles all had the aid of demons who were regarded as invisible beings, intermediaries between gods and men.